Right, this is the introductory lesson to open up 7th grade Unit 2. One of these things is not like the others. So today's goals. First, I know that two recipes will taste the same if the ingredients are in equivalent ratios. And second, I can use equivalent ratios to describe scale copies of shapes. Today we had the opportunity to create some recipes and figure out which would be the stronger tasting drink mixture. And right away, when we built these or mixed them up, you could easily tell that the first recipe was going to be the strongest tasting. However, we're not always able to actually create, and so we need a few strategies to figure it out. One great strategy is to draw a diagram. A second good strategy that you learned in 6th grade was working on a double number line. I think it's really useful when you're drawing a double number line to keep going until you have both number lines where you can compare the same ratio. So for instance, here we have 1 cup of water represented in both diagrams, so it's easier to see the one on the left, where it has 1.5 teaspoons of drink mix, is stronger than the one on the right, which only has 1/4. And also, a new strategy, we could make a table. Scale your ratios up and down to create a lot of equivalent ratios, and then again, look for an item that's the same to compare. Again, we can see in both where the cups of water is 1. In Unit 1, we looked a lot at scale copies, so I want you to ask yourself, which of the figures below is not a scale copy of the others? I hope you identified figure D. You may have noticed the angles weren't the same. You may have also looked at a scale factor, so from A to B has a scale factor of 1/2, from A to C has a scale factor of 1.5, but we today are learning another way to compare. So how could we tell using ratios that the figures were the same and different? Well, you could try making a ratio table. In all of these figures, if you divide the top width by the height, you get a ratio of 1.5. The top width is 1.5 times longer than the height. Except in figure D, when you divide the 3 divided by 3, you get 1 because those are the same. That ratio is different, so it's not a scale copy. All right, take some time to relook at today's goals and hope you'll get a great start moving forward into Unit 2.